of the game. No timeouts called in that last quarter. I think both coaches, they trust the players. Again, I think both game plans are running according to plan. However, I'd like to see Etugen commit a little bit less turnovers.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. The press of the steal led there by number 88, Ryusei Sato. He got it to go chasing that loose ball, picked it up using his athleticism, left-hand finish layup by the one and only Sean Yegashi. So Hakuo, they hold back in their big man, Joel Monga. It's late towards the first period. Can they keep it going? They're very strong usually in the second quarter. 6 points there by Ogawa. And he's, on 90% from the outside with 1 steal, 2 of 3 currently field goal shooting percentage. He has been one of their high scorers, hot shooters in this competition, as Hakuo will get this second period started.
We start off taking a look at the stats there. Spider-Man scoring at 10 points in the first quarter. Again, I'm liking the strong start. Both teams scoring in the 20s. Big difference compared to their previous games. There's a spin around long finish. Starting off strong is Yutaro Roy.
This is Hakuo's biggest lead of the game, 6 points. They want to build on it, but Etugen, they have the tools. They have the strength, and they've got a Marvel superhero. Good cut down the middle, and nice finish. Well read, and a good pass by Spider-Man. And they respond with a layup on the other side. Looks like everybody wants to be Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's all about transitions here, and it's a quick and strong start from both ends.
Etugen still trailing by 6. Splits it. Right rim goes to the rim. Couldn't get the rebound, and the referee, Andrew Goodman, blows it down. And it's a foul, so it will be the Hakuo team to inbound. Hakuo.
Back to the men in white. It's number 7, Koto Hatag, bringing it over to Hakuo's side. And there's the man-to-man defense being run by Etugen, and there's a pull-up jumper that is off target.
Great rebound by the other superhero before Hakuo. Usakbaya, but a turnover.
Once again, 77 drops in. That is Koto Hatag.
Etugen, turnovers, too many. Protect. They can get to the rim, they can shoot it well, but they can't protect at the moment. Oh, struggling. Whoa. Tried to do a long entry bullet pass off the bounce. But it is not pretty, and I think that's our first time out of the game called. And that was called by Etugen, and I don't blame the coach for Etugen. Too many turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned earlier it was a strong start, but strong starts could lead to silly mistakes if you're not paying close enough attention. So this is our first time out that we're seeing in this game. The score now, Hakuo with the lead, 34-26. And again, both teams choosing to play smaller for more speed and more spread on the floor. As we take a look at the first bucket made in the second, that is Yutaro Roy.
And just looking at the plays, they got to pick up their game, Etugen, because Hakuo are strong. I mean, that was compared to their previous games, with no disrespect, the University of Hong Kong game, where they were very much alive and kicking from, and shooting, shall I say, from the very first tip. Hakuo really executing what they have planned. But they were the better team in the first period, leading by 4, and made more shots. And wondering when they'll bring in Joe Monga back into the game. Rian counting. Ooh. And that's a foul committed by Koto Hutog. He doesn't play very minutes, Koto. He hasn't. Yeah, so good to see that he's getting some minutes in the final game for Hakuo at AUBL 2025. Bars Bowl will inbound again. Corner, drive, releases at the rim and gets the layup to go. Nicely done by Tushik Elbak.
Yeah, nice finger roll in for Etigen. They're going to need to knock down some more points to bring bring up the deficit. And Marion Williams from the corner, that goes around and out. He gets his own rebound. He's set up at the wing. There's a double team. You see man-to-man help defense from Etigen University. That ball rolls out, and it is Etigen ball.
I thought it was Hakuo ball, to be very fair and objective, but the referees have the better side.
Yeah, what do we know? Our backs are against the court.
Exactly. That's a good rim raises to the rim. And Barspol with a good pass, pressing. It looks like Hakuo have brought out the iron, and they want to press and slow Etigen down. Try not let them to race to the rim. Still plenty of time left on the shot clock. Sticking with him like glue. Barspol needs some help. Turnover, and here comes the mean machine. Will he go for the dunk? And then outside, looking, screen. Up top, straightaway three.
Just off the mark. Oh, whistle comes. On the floor is number 23, Bayer Monk. That's a foul call on Joel Manga. It's a holding foul, and will be only his first personal foul. It goes back to Etigen's ball, and number 15, sharpshooter from the first quarter, Eijiro Ogawa, is going to log back in. And Etigen ball now. Of course, Bazbal Eldin bring it back over, and that is a blocking foul for Koto Hatag.
Etigen falling into the trap of Hakuo. Look at this, those niggly fouls. What can Hakuo get away with? And as weird as that sounds, up top.
I never heard of that before.
No, it's so someone once told me, you know, you got to use those psychological ploys. Swing, straightaway triple, back iron, Hakuo.
And over to the hands of Eijiro Ogawa. Again, giving ample rest for Yutaro Roy. Expect him to come in around 5 minutes into the game. And there's a turnover now, this time for Etigen. And he sets his feet, but he finds his help.
In the lane, goes inside, rejection, gets it back. Inside again, on the turn. Short, and good recovery by the one and only check that, Bindiraya Sandagorj, aka the Spider-Man of this Etigen team, who's going in a relatively sagging 3-2 zone.
Yeah, we saw the Hakuo players box his out, but unable to finish their rotations. And there is a denial entry by Spider-Man with his long, lanky arms. He said, "Do not pass go, do not collect 200."
Deny entry indeed. He went up with him, and that was clean. How he made an adjustment in the air and just used his hand to stick on the ball. So the referee had no choice and say, yep, that's clean as you come. So how many people can say that they've blocked Monga?
A missile shot out to Eijiro Ogawa. He's pushed out far out, nearly to the logo. There's a bullet pass. Here's Eijiro Ogawa's three. That is an airmail express.
Hakuo a little bit cold from the outside. Attacks. Yes, the running, sweeping hook shot by Spider-Man. Sandagorj makes the coach of the Hakuo team, Coach Tomo, to blow the whistle and say, timeout call. What a response by Etigen, yeah, Taylor Chen.
That was a great finish. Again, Etigen a running fast break opportunity there. And with that said, there was a mismatch in size in the low post, and Etigen took advantage of it, and they get the bunny shot. And just like that, Etigen only behind by 2 points.
It's a tight game again, so these two teams, as we look at the running highlights, they are just going for it. And you know what, Taylor, they're just throwing each other copies of each other's playbooks. Those fast breaks, getting inside to the rim, those follows, those, trying to attempt making those clean blocks, and it's been great to watch.
It's been absolutely fun to watch. I mean, again, the only black spot perhaps is the turnovers, but that's just good. That's just good playing, good defense from Hakuo's side. Again, we're seeing them trying to gamble and get those steals. Catching Eto Gen off guard, particularly at the half-court logo, where the logo is sitting at.
Sanda Gorge with 8 points, as we saw earlier on our screen with the super. And Hakuo, they need to respond quickly. If not, Eto Gen will just go at everything and throw the hammer of Thor. No pun intended.
Starting off Hakuo's ball, 34-32. 5 minutes remain. 5 minutes, 40 seconds to be exact. And Ryusei Sato, their fearless leader, has yet to log into the second quarter. Again, they're going to save their agility and finesse later on. And there's the long two. That does not fall.
Catches, loses, gets it to go off the recovery. Binderaya Sanda Gorge in double digits with 10 points.
See, this is what Eto Gen is using to their advantage, deciding not to play big and choosing their lankier, faster guys to get those rim running opportunities. Joel Manga answers right back with a basket.
It's his first basket in this period. Driving. Look at that race and how he protects and how he dribbles between the legs earlier, son. This man kicks it out. Spider-Man! Bang! What a shot from the outside with a pump action shot. Sanda Gorge with the three.
Nice finish for Eto Gen University. And Ryusei Sato with the assist, and 30. Ryusei Sato launches the missile, hits the target.
On the spin dish, and the referee called for the foul already. Oh, a bit of aji-baji between Barsbold and there's number 42, which is Sean Marion Williams. It was just a bit of a bump, nothing to it than that. Ooh, words, trash talk.
Just between these two guys, luckily none of the other men came in.
4:27 to go. It's been a really good game. Like Taylor said, some turnovers, but nobody's perfect. 18 seconds to go, 7 points by Sean Marion Williams. Posting up. Now faces his opponent off the fake, in the lane, lost it, got it, shot it, short. Rebound, Ogawa.
A little bit too low and too short. Ogawa with a kick out, and he finds Ryusei Sato off mark. Joel Manga going high for the board, out of bounds. Referee saying Hakuo made the last touch.
I agree with the referees. It looked clean, it came off Manga, so I mean, he's a good guy, Joel Manga, very respectful gentleman. Getting low, 2 points separating these two teams. Hopefully it's a barnstormer of a finish in the next period and the period after. 4:02 to go. Don't forget, everyone, to join us a little bit later for the final, the gold medal game between NCCU and Tsinghua University. Let's look at this here. Both backcourt type players, guard players, getting low. 4:02 to go. 24 fresh on the shot clock.
I saw in that last replay, things might be getting a little hairy between Eto Gen and Hakuo University. You see Usok Bayar pushing Merriam's back. Now he is relegated to the bench with 4 personal fouls. He is in trouble. There's the long two, denied entry. They're going to try for the 3. Manga having to fight hard to get the board against a feisty Bayern Munk.
Now with one big man on the bench, and he'll probably come back in the 4th.
And Williams' corner shot does not fall.
Excellent hustle to get the rebound. Ooh, no foul, says the referee. Trying to do the cross. Spider-Man back to the basket. Floater, not quite. Got to get it. Spider-Man fires a 3. His teammate short. Easy rebound for Hakuo.
keeping them out on the perimeter with Joel Manga tasked to be at the low post. They're not counting the 3-second violation down there. And there's a downhill pass, and there we go. They finally get nylon for Hakuo University. That is going to be Eijiro Ogawa's bucket.
Spider-Man, a bit unlucky not to get an earlier basket. They're down by 4. Will they go for the 3, or will they just go for a simple 2 to keep it extra tight? Good defense by, good pressing defense by, they got to put it up now. Shot clock violation. No, but check that. It won't be a shot clock violation because our referee, Julian Scott, has said there was a foul, and that was a foul on Sean Marion Williams. 3 fouls. So he goes to the bench for some Sky Juice, aka water.
Sky Juices.
That's a very Malaysian term, sorry.
Okay.
Yep. And this man, number 4 for the Etu Gen boys, Dava Saihan Bayasot, who has hardly played any minutes in this tournament in general.
Yeah, you know, Hakuo University doing a really great job on not allowing Tushik Elbeg with getting any hold of the ball. He, again, putting a lot of pressure on him or not giving him any looks. So we got more bench warmers coming in, being rotated in. This one is Nyamchuk Zorikt. Well, he was on the starting lineup, but oftentimes he is rotated in and out. So he is back in with 2.5 minutes in the game. Hakuo gets the board. Ooh, slipped out of bounds, and they call Etigen's ball.
Zoric is a very interesting player. I do agree with you, Taylor, because he's kind of like a weird 3 and 4. Not the biggest guy, not the smallest guy, but
an in-betweener.
Yeah. So timeout called as we are not far away from the first period. Such a tight game, and to me, Taylor, it's the team that's going to make the most minimal mistakes down the stretch that's going to win this game. I hope it stays this way, like back and forth. It's great for entertainment. It's great for social media content. And it's great for building the brand of AUBL 2025.
Oh, absolutely. Again, even though this is a consolation match, it's still neck and neck, and both teams are making it quite interesting. Now, we talked about the first quarter, how we enjoyed the pace of it. You know, again, turnovers are high, but like the game pace is still flowing really well. No call timeouts. But we see the last couple of minutes of this quarter. It got a little hairy, it got a little tense between a couple of players, which included Bazbar Erden as well as Marion Williams. Williams is relegated to the bench, and so is Usuk Bayar Otkonbayar. Now, he is pretty essential. He's the lanky guy. He's versatile. He can do a lot of things. He can create space and really is effective on the court, but he's already got 4 personal fouls.
Thank you very much to our cheerleaders for all that they do for this competition. They have their own social media page in terms of Instagram, and officially the official cheerleaders of AUBL 2025. So follow them, please. And you can find their account on the AUBL Instagram. So go to AUBL Instagram first, follow, and then you can follow them as well.
They work really tiresomely. I mean, we see them still up at 1 a.m. Editing and cutting the video. So credit goes to them for sure for creating the content for AUBL. And here is Barzbal Erdine launching a rocket, but off target.
And Hakuo off the missed shot. Hakuo, where are they going with this one? And Etu Gen, let's get the basket, trying to break the press, goes for the layup. Oh, coast to coast for Bazbal. Bata Erden put that on social media for the 3. Couldn't get it. Rebound. Can they go on a little bit of a run before the end of this period? Waiting, scanning, cross-court pass, then rise and shoot, dribble, and shot clock violation. How many times have we said that during the week, Taylor?
Yeah, a lot of shot clock violations on not just this particular team, and again, Yamsok just couldn't finish with the final couple of seconds. Not great with the pressure. And out of the timeout, no buckets were made. This time around, Hakuo calls for the timeout. And
I thought
Both have called 2 timeouts.
Yeah, no, sorry to interrupt. I thought they would have let that run a bit because, I mean, you want to save it. I mean, interesting tactic. I mean, Hakuo's got the lead. Anyway, something that we don't know. So Coach Tomo, I saw him this morning in the lobby with his players with the laptop and in the coffee shop. I mean, not the yeah, it was kind of the coffee house in the lobby, and then he was just going through film with the players, you know, and he had about 2-3 players sitting down each time, going through certain plays and what he wants in this game today. So I really appreciate that about coaches who use film to coach their athletes.
Yeah, I mean, actually, all week long, I've even for me, I've seen them in the dining hall looking at film, whether or not it's with the players or just the coaching staff. But you know what, Tomo Amino, he's got timeouts to spare. I mean, he's going to take advantage. So that was the second one. He's got one more left, and we only got 1 minute 37 seconds left on the clock.
Hakuo still lead by 3. And he's so tempted not to play with the mask at times, but that lip is just reminding him all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it must be so uncomfortable because usually players keep it on the entirety of the game, but you can see him taking it on and off, just any chance he could get. As we come out of the timeout, let's see what Tomo Amino draws up for the Hakuo Soldiers. There's a skip pass, and there's a arching his back. He makes the impossible shot possible. We got free throws for Yutaro Roy, and that is a foul call on Zorik.
Yeah, the arm just connected by Roy by Nyamchot.
Ooh, that is a back scratcher right there.
Like the timeout worked.
Yeah, very effective. He's logged in 4 points, 1 assist. That was his first bucket. And the other 2 points earning them through free throws. Yutaro Roy, 190 centimeters. He is, as we've mentioned before, he is the 6th man for the Hakuo rotation. Again, things getting a little bit dicey. Settling things down, we start up again. Etugen ball.
High screen by Etugen. Bars ball with the package. He's an amazing ball handler. Trying to space it. Hand off. Got to watch the shot clock this time, boys. Do not lose the package. Tushik. Over the top. Spider-Man. 4 seconds on the clock. Spider-Man pump fake. Couldn't split the defense.
Good control on Joel Manga there. He was very clean on the rebound. No contact was made, but it goes back to Hakuo. Less than a minute to go. Here's number 22, Haruko Naito, pulling up. And out in the perimeter, they're kept out. And they got 4 seconds left, and that ricochets far out. But they recover, and another bucket is granted for Eijiro Ogawa. That's a top of the key shot amongst the scramble in the low post.
Etugen, bars ball lost it, thought he was foul, but the cell was on board. Out, rise, and that is going to be very, very clear as he went up for the shot, and he was absolutely slam-gasted. And Tushik Elbak, the team captain, goes to the line, and they need to hit these two. Look at this. Yeah, you can't do that. And he's protesting. They say, look, that's not my fault. I was clean. Sorry, young man, you were not clean. Yep.
I think with time, these young players will learn to stay out of their cylindrical space throughout the week. We've called a lot of them. I mean, you know what? It's a huge thing. It's a huge safety issue, if anything, because when the shooter lands, there's possible that he could land on the defender's foot, and that could be a really gnarly ankle sprain.
Yeah, you want everybody to be safe. 1 out of 2. That's really weird that Tushik misses a shot, but it is what it is.
Yutaro Roy getting the board, and here comes Ryusei Sato. Number 88, Ryusei Sato, still sitting out of this game. It is number 30, Sako, handling the ball over. And they call foul on number 25 from Etugen's side, Sundagorge. Let's take a look at what Julian Scott saw. Yeah, very clearly that ball gets poked out, and free throws are coming. Both teams are in the penalty. So it is Ryusei Sako. He's got 3 points and 3 assists today. Now, it's essential for Sandagorj to stay in the game. He's the only tall, lanky guy on the court right now. Again, Otgon Bayar knocking in his 4th personal foul early in the second. And Sako misses the first.
He's in, and that was nothing but net from the outside. So it is a very, not as tight as what it was in the first period, 24-28. It is 49-41 in favor of Hakuo. 20 points scored by Hakuo in the second period, 17 by Etugen. So from that perspective, it was tight, but a little bit disappointed by how Etugen took care of business in the last couple of minutes because they were a little bit sloppy, couldn't hit shots, and also a little bit careless with fouls. But Hakuo 49, Etugen 41, halftime score at Bingjiang Gymnasium, and quite even in the field goal department. Free throws, one team very consistent, one team not, and obviously one team rebounding better than the other, which is Etugen over Hakuo.
Yeah, I mean, you said it, Ben, pretty comparable stats, but if we're looking at individual performances, something that I do want to bring up is Tushig Elberg. He's been really quiet in the first half. Let's see if he could come back swinging in the second.
We'll soon find out who will throw the kitchen sink at each other. We'll see you in the second half.
all the champions, do you dare to stand here? Represent your team. Represent your school. Make all Asia set its signs on you. The next chapter is here. A new legacy awaits. History starts now. To all the champions, do you dare to stand here? Represent your team. Represent your school. Make all Asia set its signs on you. The next chapter is here. A new legacy awaits. History starts now.
Welcome back, everyone, to our bronze medal game between Hakuo University and Etugen University. It is a pretty tight game, but don't let the scoreboard fool you. 49-41 in favor of Hakuo, who played a pretty warm-up first quarter, but in the second quarter they were very effective. But some turnovers was the talking point for Hakuo. Etugen started strong, but then strong in the first part of the second quarter, Taylor Chen. But towards the business end of the second quarter, they sort of went a little bit wonky, and that's why they're trailing big.
Yeah, their plays kind of unraveled a little bit, and there was a moment where there was a bit of tension, not enough to really cause significant problems. But again, the issue that I had brought up earlier in the game was foul troubles. No, we have Spider-Man number 22. Excuse me. Otgon Bayar, he's currently with 4 personal fouls, so that might be an issue for Etugen University. Now, what I want to bring up, though, is Hakuo University. Joe Manga is now, usually he sets the screens for the pick and rolls, but he's assigned to man the low post, and that's been working out quite well. You know, we have Marion Williams setting those pick and rolls instead. And you know what I've noticed also is they were really smart and keeping, actually, Ryosei Sato on the bench. And you know what? It hasn't made a difference. They still have the lead. So I expect him to be fully energized to play in the second half. Now, while Etugen's side, you know, 10 turnovers, not the worst, but it actually really hurt Etugen University. Hakuo University scored 14 points just off of turnovers alone.
Well, other stats as well. Etugen hit 1-3 in the second period. Hakuo 1-3 as well. 50% from the free throw for Hakuo, 67% for Etugen. 4 turnovers for Etugen in that second period, but 5 steals though. So for Hakuo, 3 steals and 7 steals and 3 turnovers. So everything sort of parrying out and sort of evening it up. But at the end of the day, everybody just wants one stat to be good, which is the stat that's going to get them the bronze medal game. So if you were Hakuo and Etugen, Taylor, and I'll give you my opinion in a minute, what's your opinion on how to tighten things up and get better?
Well, I think Etugen needs to play their game, and they have to once again be aggressive in getting those buckets, whether they miss or not. It's just keep the motion going, and again, that is, you know, motion offense is really important for them. Keep the ball moving, and again, I'd like to see Tushig Elbeg with more handles on the ball. Hakuo doing a fantastic job of keeping him away from number 20, and again, turnovers and fouls, as I mentioned early in the game, they got to hold them down.
That's right, and for me, Etugen, you know, if they can get to a few three-point shots, get it to their backcourt players who can hit the 3, get Tushik Elbek more into the game as well, because he's dangerous from the outside and he's really good as a sort of a quarterback. Even though they've got Bars ball, they can do that, they can trim that. And also those turnovers, like Taylor said, that's one point I will agree with Taylor. The turnovers cannot get any higher, because if not, you're just going to let your opponent get back into it. Because if there's one thing that Hakuo do so well, they can hit you on those break, they can press you, get the ball, and then get to the rim, because they have the, what I like to call the sprinters to do it. Hakuo, on the other hand, if they can be, let's see how consistent they can be in the second half with it from the outside. They, you know, under pressure, if you put them under real amounts of pressure, they will miss shots. I mean, a couple of Hakuo players in the first half were missing shots from the free throw line, which is un-Hakuo-like.
Yeah. But
they are human, and that man right there, who's been so consistent all week long, Agero Ogawa, 12 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal, 5 of 8 currently in this game.
Now, something that I also want to bring up is just overall box scores from both sides. Etugen University, it's pretty reflective of what we're seeing overall. You know, we only have a handful of shooters, so only like 3 to 5 point players who could really shoot, as opposed to Hakuo University. You know, we got 9 players from the men in white side who can make buckets and contribute. Again, that is unselfish basketball that we're seeing. As we start off with Etugen's possession, kicking off the second half. Ooh, loses handle of the ball, keeping him far out the perimeter. There's a downhill pass, but loses handle of it. And we start off with a turnover for Etugen.
Well, what did we say about ball protection? Both of us said it, and pushes Monga to the ground. And that was Bat Erden Bayaramuk, who hasn't played many minutes in this week, really. He's very much a role player. So referee says foul, 15 seconds to go. And Naito will get the inbound. And way out, swing Fake. Ooh, hits him in the face, but not intentionally, of course, but he goes to the ground. A little bit of drama antics right there by Hakuo's big man, well, small man with Yusei Sako. And because he's got slightly longer hair, the hair went sort of everywhere, and it looked a little more dramatical than that. So, great filmmaking skills. And off the inbound. Will he go for the long range? Thinking about it. Out. Hezi leans in. And who gets the rebound? Hakuo come up with it again. Sloppy rebounding by Etugen. Shot clock winding down. Come on, guys. Shoot for three. Back iron. And rebound Etugen.
Not much you could do in that instance. The shot clock was winding down for 4 seconds, so Ryusei had to make a bucket from downtown. And Batar Erdin drawing fouls left and right on Ryusei Sako. Now Sako is now with 2 personal fouls. We take a look at that last play. And number 6, Etugen logs in Shogar. Shot clock is at 15 seconds. With pass to Shig. And he finds an opening in Bayar Monk. And that's how they get started in the second half.
First bucket for Etugen. Good to see. They're making it close. 2-possession game. Off the fake. Double team. Good defense by Etugen. Monga. Yes! Drops it in. And gets the N1 and the sarcastic clap back at Etugen. Oh. Referee says no sarcasm, please. Behave like a gentleman. Look at that. Yeah, hit the shoulder. And that's why he'll go to the line. And the clap, the applaud was not encouraged by the referee.
So what we're seeing is there will be free throws for both sides. Now, Manga receives a technical foul. And, you know, Julian Scott, he's going to take no time in keeping all of the players in check, Etugen and Hakuo as well. So that's a bucket for Etugen, and it goes back to Manga for the N1.
Well, we've had a chat with the referees this week constantly because we're quite good friends with them. I mean, the relationship that we formed with them during this tournament, we didn't know them before this tournament. 7 points for Manga, but they said they need to be firm with the calls and, look, tell the players that's an air ball, the air conditioning to that one. But, you know, they got to be firm with the players and say, look, you can't do certain things. I mean, not just in this tournament, but in any tournament. You'll get in trouble.
Yeah, you don't want to create bad habits at a young age, so it's good for these referees to keep them in check, especially on such a large platform such as AUBL. There's a step back and putting Sako on the spins from the parking lot. He didn't find a good look. And so here comes Sandagorge with the hand off. They're pushed way out to the logo. 6 seconds, he pulls up. There's the help support on defense. And Tashik Elbeck, like a thief in the night, drops in the 2.
That was very, very risky, but the pass was good just to get out of trouble because shot was winding down for the contested 3. And Etugen now with the rebound, and here they come.
Yeah, we have number 15, Ejiro Ogawa. He hasn't gotten 3 points in the first quarter. Ball rolls out of bounds. It is still Etugen ball.
Got his own miss. That was such a good the follow here. But this is a different shot, of course, to Shig. Elbeck getting the basket.
Yeah, again, they're going to need Tushig with the handles. And there's a kick out, body bump up against Williams. Denied entry. There's the trap. And wide open, uncontested for the buzzer beater. That goes out, but they get another chance. More rebounds for Etugen. That is something that Hakuo needs to work on in the second half. 7 seconds are counting down. That was a spin around, and that rattles in for Batar Erdin.
Hakuo letting Etugen back into this game. Discipline is key. They go trying to form a strong wall of defense. They want Hakuo to shoot, and it goes out, and they collect it, but foot on the line says Mr. Rian. And let's have a look on the spin. Goes good shot off the bounce. That should be a social media moment as well.
Now, what I'm kind of seeing from Hakuo's side, we don't have that many dribble penetrations, and the shots from the outside aren't falling. So when the playbook is out of the window, they're going to try to make those mid-range twos. But because that's not working in well, they're going to have their fearless leader, Ryosei Sato, back in the game. Here's Etujin. From the right, he's gonna pull up as Sandagorj. He tries to find Bayern Mook back to Hakuo.
On the break, great turnover. Oh, footwork out. Fires. Bang! Gambate Yokude Kemashita, which means good shot, good performance by the one and only Haruki Naito.
They got the lead, but that's exactly what they need to control the momentum. Ryosei Sato really controlling the momentum of this game.
Looks like missed shots haunting them. Drives the lane downhill and gets the two for the layup. The one and only Agero Ogawa.
Yeah, another great look. Dish best served hot thanks to Ryosei Sato. Got themselves a little bit of a run. And Etujin got some work to do. Sandagorj gets pushed out of shape. That's a foul call on 22 Haruki Naito.
All of a sudden, what a response. And looking at this highlight, that's when the referee blew it down. And the changes coming strong, Taylor. And Etujin trying to go for it because their backs are to the wall a little bit.
Again, Spider-Man still at the bench with 4 personal fouls. Expect him to be utilized at the end of the game. There's a Euro step, but denied entry. There's a 3 by Batar Erdin, and he knocks it down to crack it up to 51-56.
Looking, good trap. Hakuo in the lane, dish backdoor, out. They'll go for another 3. Tried to go for the rebound, but Spider-Man gets it, outlet pass.
Yeah, had the look, but not the touch. And a foul call was made on Ryosei Sato, trying to prevent the fast break run by Batar Erdin. And that will be his 2nd personal foul. Etujin ball at 20 seconds. And they set it up here by Tushig Elbeg. Got an assist earlier. And there's the scoop, too high.
Hakuo, good D, interior defense. That's one of their strengths. Will this be continuation? And 1. Yes, indeed. Hoop and the harm. And high five, high five, high five. Agero. Potential 3-point play. Can he convert it? If you want to put a fried rice wager on anybody and you want to win it, just say, yep, you bet all your eggs and chicken and oysters on Ogawa.
That's a very weird grocery list.
Well, that's a very Asian dish, actually. So, yeah, I'm keeping it very, very domestic. Unless he likes burgers and chips. And rounds it in, Mr. Ogawa. And Ogawa with 17 points.
Yeah, Hakuo, as I mentioned before, they got some runs in, and that'll hurt Etujin. And there's a pull-up 3. It hits Ailmail Express.
Bounce pass, bad pass, and still goes in favor. It came off Tushig. And I really love to see him more into this game, but I think the way this is being dictated by Hakuo, they've struggled to find that script and rhythm.
Yeah, he's only scored 3 points, and he's only made 2 assists in the game.
Shame, double team, deflection, good grip.
Yeah, great trap by Etujin University, and there is Batar Erdin. Oh, the scoop was too short. He didn't look at the basket, feeling a little too confident there.
You got to put those bunnies away. Ogawa, push shot, in and out. Good rebound by Tushig.
Love seeing Tushig bouncing off to corral those rebounds. He got springs under his feet. And here's Sandagorj guarded up against Joel Manga, and he gets the assist for Batar Erdin. And they crawl back up just with a 6-point deficit.
That should have been a foul and an N1, in my opinion, strictly my opinion.
Yeah, well, game continues.
Bounce pass and bad pass and another turnover. Here they come.
Let's see, Etigen wants a turnover touchdown, but turnovers are happening on both sides.
What did I call the third quarter, Taylor? The championship quarter. This is the quarter where you really find out a lot about each other. And two-possession game, which is a good thing, which is a close game. Hakuo. Monga. Gotta use Monga in the right place in the paint. Don't get him to dribble too much, just give it to him. Block right there, rejection, transition.
Yeah, do not pass go, do not collect 200. There's a skip pass to Sheik Elberg, and that's how you do it, and that's exactly what they need. It's a good assist by Batar Erdin.
Hakuo, I think they haven't called a timeout yet because they're saving the timeout. Push shot, yes! A right-hand push shot. And he sends that Ogawa through the rim.
Yeah, Etigen doesn't have a solution so far with Ogawa. He's been a thorn on their side. He's now logged in 19 points and got 2 steals in his stats line. Batar Erdin getting denied entry. Tough defense by Yutaro Roy. There's a handoff.
Great D by Roy.
Baseline, he goes in for the 2 over the rainbow.
And this is where Hakuo are dangerous. Pump fake! Ooh, it almost went through the cords. Sato, play of the game against the University of Beijing. 55-61. Alim Sakai, the 8th man of this team, really. And he's usually not a like-for-like replacement, but a replacement. Sato with 6 points, 2 assists, 3 of 5, 7 points. And that's all Hakuo need to do. Just rack it up and rack it up. Keep it simple. But I really, really believe that this is going to be a close game, Taylor, because every time the Etugen team sort of shut down a little bit, they find another button.
Yeah, they're still alive in this game. You know, we haven't seen a 10-point deficit, and even with a 10-point deficit, Etigen always manages to come back, as we have Williams and Ogawa getting much-deserved rest, in particular Ogawa with 19 points in the stats line. Score now 63-55. 2.5 minutes remain in the third. Sheik Elberg hands it off to Batar Erdin. Waits for it, he drives through. Poor handles there, solid defense by Ryosei Sato behind the back. Nope, he finds his man, gets the bucket into the bank. That is number 7, Aline Sakai. And back to Etigen it goes to Sheik Elberg. Delegated to handle the ball. He is at the logo though. He curls in, trying to find his man. He's on the floor. Ugh, he's having a tough time today.
Ties for the loose ball, keeps it alive, picks it up. Great stuff there by Yagashi with the pickup and the pass. And is that a travel violation? No. Thought they would have called for the travel because...
Yeah, everybody was also signaling that too.
Because his feet moved a bit too much, but the referee called, Julian Scott called for the first foul first.
Well, I guess I'd like to see what came first, the travel or the foul.
Yeah, that's a 50-50 call. That's the tough one to call, to be honest.
Etigen with 15 turnovers, 9 for Hakuo.
Hakuo working on their opponents in the lane. Got to kick it to the corner. Rise and shoot. That will be short, but they get the rebound. Excellent, excellent rebound. And they will go again in the lane. Up, back iron and in. Strong, strong by Sato, Captain Courageous.
Yeah, he goes up high and unafraid to make contact and gets the bucket. More insurance points for Hakuo, and he gets the turnover.
The steal and the score by Sato, and what a pivotal time to call the timeout, because you said 10 points. It is now 14-point lead for Hakuo, Miss Taylor.
Yeah, that's Etigen's 16th turnover, and we don't need to talk about how many points Hakuo has converted those turnovers into points. It's got to be 16 at least at this point. You know, At this point in time, the call timeout made by Etugen is all due to Hakuo University playing to their playbook. Etugen not really having a solution. Again, you know, we talk about 3 or 4 players being the major shooters, and Tashik Elper has been essential, but he's been quiet. And again, you see all the turnovers that he made in the third. He's really stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Enjoy these moving highlights here, everyone. It is absolutely entertaining. And come win or lose, the players will look at these highlights on the social media, and we'll be with them forever. Something to share with their family, their friends, their colleagues back at home, and also a potential basketball reel to get more work. I mean, in terms of basketball.
What I love is the accessibility for like the media, for these stats, for the pictures. Really, I mean, it's great to see, and you know, gives a boost, confidence boost for these players on the court.
Exactly. I mean, they are university students first, you know, trying to finish their respective degrees, whether it's law, finance, sports management, sports science, exercise science, health science, all of the above. And Etugen, a lot of work to do. Can they do it?
Less than a minute to go after the call, that timeout made by Etugen University, and he goes in tough, around and out. That's a heartbreaker. Couldn't finish. Out of bounds. Etugen making last contact, so Yutaro Roy will be inbounding it.
They've played the transition game well, especially after their press. Their press has worked quite well in this third period. Hakuo, which has led to some baskets. Screen by Roy. Roy rolls to the rim.
Ooh.
Sato behind the back. For the 3. Back iron. Rebound by Etugen.
Potentially a final possession for Etugen, and he gets fouled on. That will lead to free throws. Let's take a look at Ryusei Sato. Oh my goodness, putting Etugen players on the skates. Gnarly stuff. Batar Erdin at the line. First one is good. They'll take what they can get.
That's good stuff to try to get some production before the end of this titanic third period. 21 points, 5 assists.
He's the only player to make it in the 20s, not too far behind. Still on the bench is Spider-Man with 10 points in the game.
Hakuo dribbling between the legs, off the cross. Great control of the package by Kotor. Kotor, offensive foul, says Mr. Julian Scott. And 2.2 seconds to go. Can they heave it from way downtown?
Hard to say. As full court press, 2 seconds. Andrew Goodman is counting the clock on his hand.
Give them a lot closer range to the rim.
And now there's only 1.3 seconds. It is still Etugen's ball. Let's see if they can lob in a Hail Mary shot to finish off the third. And he finds Batar Erdin. No good.
Like 2 wide receivers going up to the sky, one to try to score and one to deny. And that's the way it is. Deny is the key word, as Hakuo spells it with a capital D, as they did a good denials of Etugen. That's why they've got the double-digit lead, 12 points to be exact, but they do not want to be complacent. Etugen with all to do. Let's have a look at some of these running highlights. Monga struggled a little bit in the third period, and the Etugen players struggle with foul trouble, and Hakuo was shooting well. And they came alive with their jump shots, their long-range shots. That man trying to do all the work offensively. Sato with his cheeky tongue swag. And with all that action and drama, positive drama, it is Hakuo 69, Etugen 57. Stats here, Taylor. Can you swift us through it?
Well, I mean, just as we've seen in the first half, it's not really much of a shooting competition from out in the perimeter. Hakuo University, they're pulling away in terms of field goal percentages. They're making more attempts, and they're just falling more. Etugen, on the other hand, again, we talked about only having a couple of point players being the major shooters, and unfortunately, Tushig Elbeg, he's only had 1 assist, maybe a bucket today, and again, the thorns in Etugen's side would be the likes of Ryosei Sato as well as sharpshooter Eijiro Ogawa. As we see a couple of the moving highlights here, let's see if they have the answer for the men in orange. They got some work to do. Let's see if Spider-Man returns into the game and when he returns to the game.
They desperately need him.
Absolutely.
I would take the gamble now, seriously. Because, you know, 12 points now, those rebounds, they weren't winning. That was because they didn't have a gangly big like Spider-Man to grab it or to make those grabs. 12 points for Sato. He's really come alive as a role player in this game. This man right here, potential player of the game with 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Basketball, but Ederden, 6 for 18 from the line, from the field, shall I say. And Etugen listens to us and brings back on Spider-Man, as Spider-Man will inbound. Basketball, can he start this period with a 3? Basketball passes, shoots for 3, bang! Lands it through the rim with a pump action trigger. The 3-piece is good for Etugen University, 3-possession game.
Good start for Etugen. Again, still making a game, behind by 9 points. Yutaro Roy setting up the screen. Ryosei Sato trying to go for the alley-oop, a little bit too high for Aleem Sakai, even though he's standing a tall 198. Let me take a look at that last one. Ooh, just too high.
Outstretched. I was hoping he would catch it and do a little bit of a windmill.
Yeah, too bad. Again, too high. More practice needed. And here is number 77, Kotog Hatag, with the side scoop over to Sato. He pulls up. There's the trap. Baseline kick out. And here's a 3. And there's a buzzer beater for Hakuo. Oh, my God.
That is a great, great shot by Yagashi. Beats the horn, and Etugen are saying, oh God, more work to be done, because they thought they were getting close. So it looks like it might be a shootout fest in this 4th period, because, especially for Etugen, because they're trailing out. Touch pass, corner 3, couldn't deliver.
Good ball movement for Etugen. Unfortunately, it was a tough basket. I mean, it wasn't even a tough basket, but had the look, not the touch, and Batar Erden gets called foul. And that is his, I believe, 3rd personal foul. We take a look at last play. And Ryosei Sato will be at the line. He is the captain for the team. And again, Tomo Amino always has him playing off the bench and really reserving his minutes. He's very careful about making sure he's got the endurance and the momentum. Again, he really sets the tone in this game. As you see on the stats line, he leads the assists.
Basketball protecting and getting low. Good slip by Spider-Man. Spider-Man couldn't hang on to it. Good D. Here they come.
Yeah, another turnover, and he finds his man, but too short there. They get another chance. That's Kotok Hatag. And behind the back pass, couldn't get a hold of it. Oof, too bad. Etugen ball.
Etugen from the outside, trying to penetrate. They just slow it down a little bit. That was sloppy defense, but hustling defense earlier to try to get the ball between the legs. Barsball shoots for the contested 3. Bang! Nicely done. Tosser high, which means delicious from the outside by Barsball. Bata Erden
rounds it up, 25 points, 6 assists, and Yutaro Roy draws a foul on number 25 from Etugen's side, Sandergorj. That's his 3rd personal. Take a look at Batar Erden knocking down another 3 for Etugen.
Ooh, those 4th quarter jitters by Hakuo. That's what I'm gonna say. You know, I think I've studied their games quite a bit. We've studied their games quite a bit. Something about the fourth quarter and gets it in.
Yeah, again, as I mentioned before, Hakuo University, their free throw percentages are at a dismal 50% from group play.
Hakuo trying to look for consistency, so hopefully Coach Tomo can build with his squad and go for, come back for this championship, do well in other university championships as well. Okay, Spider-Man, pump fake, nice control by Spider-Man, made everybody jump and says, Terima kasih, bayarlah, which means thank you in Mongolian. Terima kasih is thank you in Indonesian and Malaysian.
Sato swinging it over to Hatag. At the key, he's going to try for the two, denied entry. Oh, cute little block.
Defense to offense, SWAT team defense, and it came off Ryusei Sato, so it will be the Etugen team for the inbound from Barsball. Barsball off the handoff. Barsball, I think he wants another three, and he was slightly pushed by the Hakuo man, Sean Higashi. And it was a reach in there.
Yeah, we had a better look, better angle. That's definitely not just a slight push or contact.
Definitely. Screen by Spider-Man. They're trying to hound Barsball. Barsball, corner, baseline, stuck, puts it up, tries to get his own miss. Great defense.
You could definitely tell Barsball Erdine was a little gassed in that possession. Ryosei Sato, on the other hand, well, that's an offensive call on Hakuo University. Couldn't catch that momentum and convert that fast break into buckets.
Sato with that cheeky face. Look at him.
Oh, yeah, there's that shove into Etugen Bayern Munich. It's his third personal foul.
Sato, the tongue wagger.
Oh,
Memories of Michael Jordan. Etugen. They've got a fighting chance. 8 points down. Pump fake. Out. They should have gone for the shot, but they go to the rim, and they will pick up not a speeding ticket, not a traffic ticket, but the other team, in the damage. There's hip to hip there. And because of that, he's at the line, and he's got to make this count. Enk Amor, Bayar Batur.
Now Williams in foul trouble. 4 personal fouls. Still in the game.
And he hasn't played very many minutes as well, so it looks like the coach relying on his bench to come out good. Breaks both, and that's not nice to see.
No, that's going to hurt them. Free throws are important in these critical moments. Skip pass to Williams. It's going man-to-man against Spider-Man. Spider-Man's got to be careful not to make heavy contact. Here's the catch and shoot way off the mark.
Off target, indeed. Spider-Man, he's weathered the storm well, Taylor, in terms of foul trouble in this quarter. Posting up. And here's the 6-man. Nice cross. Can he deliver the Mongolian chili sauce? Not quite to Shigelbeck, but there was a good double team defense on him. He's so quick and slick. And you've got to stay with him. He has come up big this week when Barsball was injured and Ogawa back on court. I'm surprised that the coach hasn't used him more, but I think he wants to use most of his role players a bit more. Koto Hatug to the bench, and Barsball, the one and only, is on court. Inbound, they're counting. Andrew Goodman is counting. Catch, handoff. Got to put it up pretty soon. Shot clock winding down to 2. Drive, rise up now.
That's a second shot clock violation by Etugen University.
And that will be the key learning. I think if they had a coaching course or whatever course, shot clock indeed. Yeah, that's should have gone for the shot because he's a decent shooter. That is Mukbatar Sogar.
And back to Hakuo University. Comes in with a kick out and draws in defense amongst the scramble. Who gets the board? Well, it's back to Etugen.
I seriously thought it came off an Etugen player, but that was just me.
Well, they're going to count their lucky stars that it goes back to them. You know, if they're missing those free throws and making those turnovers with shot clock violations, well, you got to take what you can get.
Hakuo hanging on, not playing the best, but they are in front. Ooh, gives that away. And again, the sloppiness.
Yeah, that was back-to-back turnovers from Etugen. It's not pretty.
No, it's not. And what I mean, 5:22 to go, halfway through the fourth quarter. Only one team has called a timeout. And here we go. Who can get the bronze?
And Hakuo, there's Ogawa, there's Manga logging back in. 5 minutes left to go, running the pick and roll as he usually does. And there's the three. He's going to be at the line for 3 free throws. That's a foul call on 25 Sandogorj. And just like that, Sandogorj got his 4th personal. That is 3 players from Etugen's side, Chushig Elbek, Utsuk Bayar, as well as Sandogorj with 4 on their stats. He's got 15 points. He's 50% from the field. Sean Mary Williams stats, who's at the line, 7 points. Tough goings for Etugen in this final quarter. Still 5 minutes left, but they haven't really caught a break. No runs for Etugen University. While Hakuo, they're playing with more lightheartedness again. They've had a lead this entirety of the game. As he sets up, pounds the rock, getting ready to launch the second one. Again, just a reminder, he's got 3.
Just got to try to build on this and give out a big lead as best as they can. And don't forget the final with us tonight, everyone. One more game for AUBL 2025. And puts all 3 away. What a man. 2, sorry. Check that. Hands up. And who can pull the 3-piece? The 3-piece needs to go down. Lost it, gets it back. Lost it again. Loose ball. Still they shoots for the 3. Yes! Knocks it in and gets the and 1. We said that he needed to come into the game, Chushig Elbek, and he has very, very much come into the game at 4 minutes at the 44-second mark. 4 is not the greatest number in the People's Republic of China culture. It's an unlucky number, but 4-4-4-4-4. He hits the 3 and gets the N1. This to make it a 5-point ball game with 4-4 on the clock to go.
That's why I say 5 minutes is still a lot, considering we're looking at Chushig Elbek kind of awakening in the last quarter. Just a reminder, they forced Zhengzi University into OT thanks to number 20. He scored 18 points in that 4th quarter, so anything could happen still, as it is Hakuo's ball. Ogawa on the lineup. He rejects the pick and roll. His Sato at the key. There's that good help defense, and he has to kick it out of bounds. Etugen. Oh, they say Hakuo ball.
Hakuo ball. Yeah.
4.9 seconds on the clock. And
gotta be a quick one.
They're going to be inbounding with Sato again handling the ball. Trying to curl in, there's denied entry. Shot clock violation now for Hakuo University. Well done by Etugen.
Now they've got the rub of the green for the Etugen team. They've got to build on it. And if I were them, try to get Chushig Elbek hot, because he is switched on the heater. That looks like a kickball. And 17 seconds left on the shot clock, 4:11 to go. Probably got another in real time, probably got about 8 minutes to go inbound. Sets the screen. Good pass. Pass. Nice one. Good denial by Monga. Cross. Drive. Reverse. Denied. Goes for the shot again. Nope. Rebound though. Pump fake. Upstairs. Yes. For the bank shot to make this a 3-point lead by Hakuo. Timeout called. Etugen feels the rhythm
Well
and
done by
pace of this game.
University for running that run motion offense, and just like that, they crawl slowly but surely up, only behind 3 points.
74-71. I love the hustle by Etugen. It was good defense by Monga, but like I said, all that credit by Shigelbeck for going and going again and getting it to his teammate to score from underneath the rim. And who can get this done? We wanted a close game. We got a close game. 3:51 to go. Still plenty of time left. And there's one thing I'm impressed about both coaches, Taylor, they let it run today. Weren't so quick to get the timeout going and hold the game. They would let it go and giving some confidence and empowerment to the athletes.
Yeah, I mean, again, both of these teams, they are all about speed, agility, and finesse. So, if there's a stop on the clock, well, that might have a heavy effect on both teams. Now, what Etugen is really improving on is, as I mentioned, on how to fix their game, is to keep the ball moving, keep themselves moving, and we see those last 2 possessions, despite the turnovers committed. I mean, I saw the stats earlier. Etugen has committed 20-12 for Hakuo University. We're coming out of timeout. Hakuo's ball, and here's Yutaro Roy with a handoff. And Joel Monga finding his man, pushed out of bounds, and it is Etugen ball. Turnover, 13th one for Hakuo, and that is on team captain Ryusei Sato.
Great defense by Buildup Bayarmuk. Now, can they tie it up? Backdoor, shoots for 3. Rebound, they get it. Attacks, yes! What a hustle by Etugen University. That is Usuk Baya Otkong Bayer. Makes this a 1-point ball game.
Spider-Man putting the work, showing great control. He's got 4 personal fouls, but he is still in this game, has not subbed out. There's the trap. Yutaro Roy with a kick out, and here comes Ogawa drawing foul. That is going to be on number 23, Buildup Bayarmuk. And we are in penalty. So he will be at the line. Wolf, the momentum stopped in his tracks. So the lead scorer for Hakuo University will be at the line. He's got 19 points on his stats line. And number 23, Bad Erdin, has 3 personal fouls for Etugen. He gets in the first.
Gives them some space and security psychologically. Ogawa, he's good at this. And can he make it a 3-point ball game again? Because if he does, Etugen will go for a 3. Yeah, he does with rims around and in. But Erdin, last basket there. Just the clock on. But Erdin. Oh, deflection. Gets the rebound. Attacks. Rebound. Tap. Who wants it? Oh, the Hakuo team comes up with the goods.
Too strong. Valiant effort. Couldn't get the basket. Sato with a skip pass. Oh, no. Not paying attention. Yutaro Roy nearly loses it. And here comes Joel Monga with a quick answer and gets the bank shot.
5-point game. Still time for this to make this a bit dramatical. But they need to get a 2 or a 3. Who will they go to? Or will they go inside like they did for the last couple of baskets? Lost the handle. Here comes Hakuo. Races to the rim, behind the back, up, and fouled.
Hakuo University, in that instance, really good at setting up a wall up against Batar Erdin. Just know that he is going to be trying to be fearless and drive in, but there was no space given thanks to number 16, Sean Iyegashi there, and you see that turnover and a touchdown attempt made by Eijiro Ogawa. He's going to be fearless himself. And Bat Erdine is going to be back to the bench with his 4th personal foul.
Still plenty of timeouts left in this one, so expect that to be blown down a little bit. Ogawa can really put some distance between these two. And he does not. Good rebound by Enric Almar Bayabater. Oh, stolen. And he will take the easy 2. Thank you very much. Arigato. Timeout.
Etugen's timeout. Just when they caught a break. Hakuo doing what they do best. They go in for the gamble. They poke out those balls. They make Etugen very uncomfortable in their possessions. As we see the score 81-73, not on the screen.
Let's try to listen to see what, I mean, earlier we were trying to see the emotions on the bench. Ogawa with the steal, the basket, and hits the deck hard, but I knew that he was in trouble because Enkamar Bayabater is not a ball handler, and that was a little bit dangerous to give him the package as we are down the stretch. 1:55 to go, everyone. Not a mission impossible for Etugen to try to win this game, but it is going to be a very uphill battle.
But again, credit to both teams. They're really hustling in the game, particularly from Etugen. Again, we talk about Tashig Elbek. He's been quiet for all 3 quarters, and he's in for a comeback. Again, there's still time left, but momentum as of right now is on Hakuo's side. Just a reminder, Mariam Johnson is fouled out. He is done for the remainder of the game, so that's why we're seeing more minutes from Joel Manga.
Yep, Sean Williams. So, inbound for Etugen. There's a lot of fans online supporting them, so a big shout out to you from the fans in Etugen University and Hakuo University as well. Spider-Man on the spin, lost the handle again. Here they come, dangerous, Manga.
And he's coming in, not the best handler, but he finds his man and keeping it out from the perimeter. There is Eijiro Ogawa, possible player of the game. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Ryusei Sato up against Tashig Elbek, lobs it over to Joel Manga, and there's the long 2, rattles out and back to Etugen it goes.
Tushik, and that was touched by Sato. So, and he knows it too, the disruptor. Yep, there, and he slapped Tushik's hand. And another timeout called. So there, the coaches are just gonna, well, the coach for the Etugen team, Bayak Sok, he will just try to inspire his troops to try to get this at least 79. If he can hit 2 threes, I've got this time for it. He needs 2 big shots and a stop. And if he can make it a 2-point ball game before the 30-second mark, he's in with a chance. But they have to protect the ball, Taylor.
Absolutely. As again, not on the replay, but Ryusei Sato, how we got the timeout in the first place is he's really great at trapping players on the sidelines. Again, preventing any fast break opportunities for Etugen's side and coming back into the game. No subs coming in, I believe, for Hakuo University. Score still remains 81-73.
I feel for the Etugen team, they're really good guys, friendly players, very respectful players, always coming up to saying hello in breakfast, in the meals. But their basketball was inconsistent. Takes the 3, it will be short, and Hakuo will just try to slow this down.
Yutaro Roy getting the rebound for Hakuo University. Cross-court pass, and there's Joel Manga, intercepted pass, but good recovery, good save. And here comes Ogawa, missing the 3, and it is Etugen ball.
Andrew Goodman makes the call. His wife Jenny in America watching. So 1:01 to go. And that was a good call by Andrew. I thought that was the right one.
They call holding foul on number 99, Yutaro Roy. So we have Batar Erden at the line.
Batar Erden tonight, he's a machine. 25 points, 2 fouls. Can he get his 26th point of the game? He does. And he averages about 22, 23 points a game this week. And don't forget, tournament basketball, everyone, is not easy. You don't have a lot of time to recover. But the good thing is you only have to go to one place, which is the hotel. Unlike if you're on the road, another hotel to another airport. But these players not sleeping at home. They're away from home, away from their classrooms, but doing themselves, their families, and their universities proud.
And Etugen running a full court press.
Good move by good move by Etugen.
Out of bounds, it's still Hakuo's ball. Shot clock 19 seconds. And inbounding it will be Sean Yegashi. Out of bounds, shaving time off the clock. And they call foul on number 23. And just like that, Bat Ardeen is gone and out of the game. It is goodbye for him. And Yutaro Roy will be at the line. He's made 4 points. And that's really the only stat he has. Yeah, that is a very clear holding foul.
But it's good that Andrew Goodman just went up to him and educated him and said, what did I see? What did I call? Because, you know, like not a lot of referees do that, so that's great to see. And that's the education process for these guys, because they, you know, they probably did in their country, in other leagues around the world, those probably won't be called. So Roy
knocks down the first. He's got one more to go, and we only have 55 seconds remaining in the game. And you see Batar Erdin in the back without his mask.
Etugen with no timeouts and gets the rolling in. 8-point game. Etugen will be rushing. If they can get a 3, then maybe, just maybe. But this needs to go down. Bang! It does indeed. It follows the script. Tushik Elbag with a big, big 3.
Yeah, just when you think it's over, Tushik Elbag is going to come back and make it very interesting. Ogawa kicking out to Ryosei Sato. Comes in. Here's another. And here is Joe Mamba punishing the rim for 2. Quick answer back, but here comes Etugen.
Long one again. Bang! Bang! Tushik Elbag, back-to-back 3s, 4-point ball game.
He is coming alive with 22 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Oh my goodness, the crowd is going wild at Bingjiao Gymnasium. This is a neutral court for both sides. Now here is Eijiro Ogawa at the line. Kind of shut down the momentum there as they call foul on Etugen again. Both teams are in the penalty. And Ogawa is not the one to be making those free throws. He's pretty good at that. And you see Tushik burying a 3.
First lob dunk. Here they go again. Not a lot of time left. 2-possession game. They lost the handle to get it back. Pulls it again. Oh! But he was fouled on the 3-point line up top. So he will go to the land of the triple for the 3-point efforts, or 3 single-point efforts. And if there's one man who can knock it down, it is Bat Erden Bayermuk.
I gotta say, he makes more contested shots than uncontested shots. Like he enjoys the challenge, and I think it gets him fired up. Again, those back-to-back 3s for Tushik Elbag.
Tushik Elbag and Bayermuk and Basbo, talking to each other. And they're gonna go for the press straight after regardless. Fills it up on the scoreboard. Like water in a glass. Andrew Goodman says, Can you hit the goodie free throw shot? Oh, he purposely misses that.
Yep.
Oh, outlet pass. Got a foul.
There's the foul. It's on Tushig Elbek. Yeah, they try to purposely make the foul for the 3.
They tried to do the Timmy Duncan.
And Tushig Elbek, that is his last time on the court. He has fouled out. In Chinese Taipei, in Mandarin we say they have graduated. So we've got 2 graduations from Eto Gen and 2 from Hakuo. That is with Williams and Yutaro Roy. At the line is Yegashi. Sean Yegashi puts the first one down.
What a shame. What a great shame for Eto Gen. I really like that. I like both teams. They're really good guys, good players, very good athletes. A lot of them, I mean, especially the backcourt players, fantastic ball handlers for university students. They've got a bright future in this game. Long pass, and that's going to be intercepted by the one and only tongue-wagging Sato. And it's a foul, and that gamble did not work. Sato will go to the line to inflict more pain on Eto Gen University.
Well, valiant effort on Eto Gen University. Here is Ryosei Sato. He's not often getting foul calls. He's got 12 points and 6 assists. He blanks the first one, as we have the Eto Gen bench players on their feet looking at the court. A great comeback from the men in orange, but this could be the nail to the coffin.
Gotta go quickly, keep the post shot. If they can get a 3 behind the back. Sets and shoots, yes! But might it be a little bit too late? And 1.6 to go. They're gonna foul. No, and that's all she wrote. What a game for the bronze medal game, and Hakuo take the brown shiny medal of AUBL 2025. Eto Gen would be disappointed with that because they thought they could have made the comeback, but Joel Monga, with our first lob dunk of this tournament, has what a nice finish. We know a lot of teams came out for him to try to put some pressure on him, put him in foul trouble because he's the bigger of the team, but he withstood the pressure and played smart team basketball. Eto Gen, again, one of the other Achilles heel was foul trouble, and it is what it came to be. Final score at the Binjiang Gymnasium: Eto Gen University 86, Hakuo 90. And the stats quite even in the field goal shooting percentage, and also 3 points were light, but those are the stats.
Yeah, Eto Gen University making up for lost time. They made it rain in the second half, as you said, Ben. They were 10 for 21. But you know what? I got to say, Hakuo University, they played consistently all 4 quarters, and that's what really did it. And towards the end, the foul trouble, and again, Spider-Man not being on the court, I think it really, truly hurt Eto Gen University.
Yeah, you feel for them, but you know what? The scoreboard has no sympathy. The scoreboard is what the scoreboard is. And very shortly, we're going to hear who's going to be the player of the game. Will it be the tug-wagging Sato, or will it be the sharpshooting Ogawa? And or maybe, I don't think it'll be Joel Monga, no disrespect, because he didn't play that many minutes. And Sean Marion Williams gave it a red-hot go as well.
The player of the game goes to
Ageto Ogawa. And looks like his team will applaud him as one at the logo. A bit of push and shove there. Yes, yes, yes. They say, take that Taylor Swift's favorite teddy bear and the trophy, and smile for the cameras, boys. Hakuo, yoku de kimashita. Good performance. That's what that sentence means in the great language of Japanese.
I love when Hakuo University, every time a player of the game is announced, they bring their teammates all in.
Yeah.
It's a collective effort despite him really being the trailblazer and scoring, as again, you have team captain on the side really showing his support as well. So I love that.
A wise basketball coach said, if you can protect the ball, you can make great basketball production. Unfortunately, Etugen, with their 24 turnovers, it made it hard for themselves. They gave it everything, but still, protect the ball, and you will get results. And Etugen fell short in that department, in that stat column. That's what it is, Taylor. That's where their headache was today.
Yeah, you know, as I mentioned earlier, Hakuo was playing a strong game all 4 quarters, whereas Etugen, they had an incredible comeback, but that was only because they had to recover from a lot of turnovers. And, you know, you mentioned it, Ben, turnovers was what really hurt them. It wasn't the reason, but it certainly inflicted a lot of pain.
That's right. Well, pain is temporary and pride is forever, so that's where we're going to leave it, everyone. But when we come back a little bit later, it's going to be the final of AUBL 2025. NCCU of Chinese Taipei taking on Tsinghua University of the People's Republic of China. We'll catch you then. AUBL 2025.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Postgame press conference for Eto Gen University. 各位媒体老师，欢迎来到俄图根大学的赛后发布会。First, please welcome the head coach to give a summary of today's game. 首先，请主教练总结今天的比赛。
Yeah, first of all, I would like to congratulate Hakuo University for winning the third place. And today's game was very physical game. Both sides give their best efforts, and I like the way our team fought end of the game to come back from 12 points to make it even game. But in the end, all the turnovers cost us the game. 24 turnovers.
首先，我想恭喜对手白欧大学获得本场比赛的胜利，也获得2025 AUBL 的季军。这是一场身体对抗性非常强的比赛，双方都打得非常努力。在比赛的最后，我们队有太多的失误，我们队整场比赛一共有24个失误，这导致我们最后输掉了比赛。Next, please welcome the player to give a summary of today's game. 接下来，请球员代表总结今天的比赛。
So it was very physical and tough game. Other teams, Hakuo's defense was really physical and tough. So our give our point guards to hard time. So we had so many turnovers, and that caused the loss, I think.
就像我们教练所说的那样，今天的比赛身体对抗性非常的强，也非常的紧张。在整场比赛中，我们有太多次的失误，这就是我们输掉这场比赛的原因。接下来是媒体提问时间。Now it's a Q&A time. One question per each. 每次提问限一个问题，请大家举手示意。
一个问题给到教练，就是首先球队对于这次来比赛有没有一个成绩的预期，以及最后达到4强这样一个成绩是比较满意，还是觉得有所遗憾呢？
The question to coach. Do you have any expectation to coming to 2025 AUBL? Now the result is the final four, is the number 4 for this tournament. Are you satisfied with this result, or you are disappointed for the result?
Well, all our players played their hearts out, so I'm very happy with how our players fight every game. Of course, anytime you come to any tournament, you come to win it, and so we didn't win it, so it's 50-50. I'm somewhat happy, somewhat not happy. Yeah, maybe next year we do better.
我必须要说，我的所有球员表现的都很好，他们每场比赛每个人都打得很拼，这让我非常的满意。当然，来到任何一个比赛，我们的目的都是为了赢球。如果你要问我到底是满意还是失望，对于我们拿到第4名这个成绩，我想说是50-50吧。我期待着下一届的比赛能拿到更好的成绩。Next question. Thank you.
To all the champions, do you dare to stand here? Represent your team. Represent your school. Make all Asia set its signs on you. The next chapter is here. A new legacy awaits. History starts now.
Gentlemen, welcome to the Postgame press conference of Hakuo University. 各位媒体老师，欢迎来到白欧大学的赛后发布会。首先，请主教练总结今天的比赛。First, please welcome head coach to give a summary comment for today's game.
はい、今日のゲームは昨日の準決勝清華大学に敗れた後、メンタル的にもコンディション的にもすごく調整するのが難しい試合だったと思います。ただその中でもきちっとすごくフィジカルな体のぶつかり合いの試合になりましたけど、勝ちきれたことは選手を評価できるかなと思ってます。
So, we lost to Tsinghua University yesterday, so it was hard for us to maintain our conditions and also mentally. But this win was big for us. I praise my players. They could win over their hardness.
Let me translate the coach speech first. 主教练总结，我们昨天输给了清华大学。要想在短短的一夜之间快速调整好全队的身心的一个健康情况，其实对我们来说是非常难的。我今天非常为我们白欧大学所有的球员感到骄傲，球员们在球场上表现得非常的优秀，这是一场身体对抗性非常强也非常紧张激烈的比赛，大家表现得很好，我为他们鼓掌。同时我们的对手在球场上有一些失误，我们抓住到了这些对手的失误，我们抓住了机会，拿下了这场3-4名的决赛。Then the player comment for today's game.
今日の試合はすごいタフな試合ですごい強度がすごい高い中で、自分たち最後の試合だったんですごい勝ちたい気持ちが強くて、そこでしっかり勝ち切れたっていうのはすごい自分たちにとっていい経験になったのですごい良かったと思います。
So today's game was tough for us, and we had a lot. We need to have a lot of power in it, but this was our last game on through this AUBL, and so this winning was big for us, and I'm proud of the team this winning.
今天的比赛是非常紧张激烈的一场比赛，也是我们在2025 AUBL 比赛中的最后一场比赛。我们的队员们在球场上都展现了自己的实力，大家表现得很好。拿下这场3-4名决赛对我们来说很重要，也意义重大。也谢谢我所有的队友和教练。Next, the question time. If you have question, please raise your hand first. 接下来是媒体提问环节，如果您有问题，请先举手示意。
一个问题给到欧盖万。首先恭喜你们拿到了比赛的第3名，然后这个锦标赛也是结束了，能否给我几个让你印象深刻的球员的名字？
是对球员的是吧？
对。
The question to the players. Now, for you, the AUBL tournament is coming to an end. In which player give you the most impressive? Which player impressed you in this whole tournament? Could you provide us several names?
清華大学の1番の人がすごい印象的に残っていて、やっぱ日本ではなかなかいない体の大きさですごい自分たちいい刺激になれたらと思います。
Number 1 in Tsinghua University, he was so physically strong, and we didn't have that kind of player in Japan, so it was good experience for me.
对我印象最深的，给我留下印象最深的球员是来自清华大学的1号球员席泰成， 因为像在我们队，我们没有西太成这种类型的球员，因此他给我留下了很深的印象。Are there any more questions? Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.